and doesn't get paid for it or anything else, and they never get the rest, and all they get to do is work. So it was a very sad time. So the Jewish people suffered like that for a really long time. And then a person came out by the name of Moses. And Moses was a Jewish person, and he decided that he had to free the Jewish people from Egypt. So he went to the king of Egypt and said, look, you got to let my people go. And let them go where they want to go so they can be free people again. And so 10 times Moses went to that king and said, free my people. 10 times, or 9 times, the Pharaoh said yes, and then changed his mind. So every time he changed his mind, Moses had a special relationship to a person who I think lives up there called God. And God helped Moses by casting these terrible plagues on the Egyptian people. Now, Nana Bird is going to pass out these little bags.
Party favors.
Well, they're plagues.
So would you boys share?
Okay, so you unzip the bags. This is going to be really interesting.
And then give us...
We'll share for you.
Oh, so could you help Eli unzip the bags?
Okay, here.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Okay.
Where's the show and where do we go?
Good.
Good job.
Oh, there's a whole lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
First of all, there's a cup.
Well, you have to listen.
There's a cup, and in that cup, you know, what that represents is that all the water got turned red. So nobody could drink the water. So that was a very tough
So
time.
take the cup out and go look at the cup.
That's the cup. Okay. Then, the second time the king said, you can't do this, you can't leave, they decided to make frogs happen everywhere. And inside of there, there's a frog. You see the frog anywhere?
Ribbit.
We haven't gotten to that one.
Here's the frog.
There's the frog. Parents have to help.
Nice sunglasses, Violet.
That comes in a minute.
Here's the frog. Here's the frog. This is another plague.
Then the king said no again, so then he gave everybody lice.
Oh my gosh.
This. They get in your hair,
Here's
in
the
your
lice.
head, and
The
stuff
other,
like
you know
that.
what lice are called?
Violet, you have to sit down, honey.
It's, you know about those, right?
Good girl.
So then we got the lice. You see the lice in there. Then, when they said no again, they said wild beasts. And if you look in there, there's a lion head.
Oh.
You see the lion?
There's the wild beast.
There you go. Okay.
These are called
Then-
plagues, remember?
Yeah, and then after that,
Here's your blood.
he did one on the cattle. He made the cattle sick.
That's the cows.
And then he gave people boils. Figure that one out. Boils are like lumps on you.
And that's this?
That's the boils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they had grasshoppers all over the place. You know what a grasshopper is? Well, there's a big grasshopper in
You
there.
hopping like a grasshopper? At least
Yeah, there's a grasshopper in there. I saw a
Here's the
grasshopper.
cow.
And they sent the grasshoppers to eat all the crops, all the plants.
And then they shut out the sun. And that's what the sunglasses are for. So when you put on the sunglasses, you'll see how dark it is.
Put
Oh.
on
Except
the
it was even
sunglasses.
darker than that because there was no sun and no moon and no stars or no anything. And finally,
Somebody wants milk.
he was very mean to every Egyptian family. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And they finally let the Jewish people go. And the Jewish people were in a really big hurry to leave. So they couldn't bring any bread with them that you could bake a regular way, like a loaf of bread. So they baked the bread on their
He
heads.
left these here.
Those are Aiden's.
Okay? And what came out was this stuff. This is called matzah.
Oh.
And it's an unleavened bread. It's like a cracker. And you guys get to eat some of that for dinner tonight so you can taste it.
And tell us again, I don't think we heard that little part you said, why the bread is flat.
It's flat because when the Jewish people were finally given permission to leave Egypt, they left so fast that they couldn't bake regular bread. You know, like you make sandwiches with and stuff like that. So because they couldn't put stuff in it that makes bread rise.
Which is what, Dad?
Leavening.
Which is yeast?
Yeast. Thank you. Okay, so what they ended up with is this flat bread, and that's called matzah. Okay? Now, we eat very special food during the proceedings tonight. We're going to have matzah ball soup, so that's made from matzah. We're going to eat matzah, and we're going to have something called bitter herbs. You don't have to eat that, but the adults love to eat that and make their eyes run. That's like horseradish, very hot. And then you're going to have something called harosas, which is really good. It's made with nuts and raisins and apples. And it's brown because that's the color of what a slave saw all the time when they were slaves. But it's sweet because they got made free.
My dad's bringing Sephardic harosset.
Huh?
My dad's bringing Sephardic harosset.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's American harosset. No, it's Ashkenazi.
And Jewish people everywhere practice everything a little bit differently. So, this dinner that we're going to have tonight is called a Seder. S-E-D-E-R, and that means order. And what it means is that we follow this prescribed thing where we read really this whole book. Except we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to eat all the food, but we're not going to do all the book. But what we are going to do is honor the young people that are here tonight. And we have 8 of them, which is really exciting. And so we had to find one kid that could read. I got a volunteer, okay.
He didn't.
And the tradition is that we read something called the 4 questions. And I have these here. And I think that maybe I can find it.
How cool!
There they are. Now you're going to read the 4 questions. And what this is all about, okay, is being free, being nice to other people, and helping to make the world a better place to live in. Big goal. But you all have the talent and the ability to make that happen. And your parents have been doing that all their lives too. And that's a responsibility. But that's a really nice responsibility. Okay, Aiden, here you go. Now take that back over by Mom and she'll show you how to start it, okay? You don't need that card. Let me have that, honey.
The first question, which is right here in English. This is Hebrew. And I told you about Hebrew. We read it from right to left. In English, we're going to read it from left to right. So you read this sentence.
Why is the night different?
That's right. You're right, different.
From all other nights.
Okay, and I'm going to answer the question.
Okay.
On all other nights, we can eat either leavened bread or matzah, but tonight, only matzah. On all other nights, we eat all kinds of vegetables, but tonight we also eat a bitter herb called maror.
Did he ask the second question?
Oh wait, where is the second question?
There is only one question.
No. Okay. This night is different in order to remind us that the Jewish people were once slaves in Egypt. God, with great strength, helped us to be free.
Aren't there 4 questions there?
I don't think so. This is very strange.
Ooh.
The way it's set up.
Let me look.
Okay.
Set up differently.
I think we did pretty well here.